Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Pure Wrestling. Today I'm going to be giving you a very special show. This is episode number 2 of Smackdown vs Raw. Also my opinions on WrestleMania 33 and NXT Takeover Orlando. So stay tuned and enjoy the video. So starting off with NXT Takeover Orlando, I don't think the pay-per-view was better than the last pay-per-view that they done, but I think it was a very good pay-per-view. I think it was a good thing for them to do because it's a fresh start for NXT. You see the new belts. I really like the tag team belt. They look amazing. I'm going to put a picture on the screen which shows the tag team belts. I think they really look nice. Also the women's one looked really nice. The only thing I didn't really like was the the male roster one. I just think they could have done a bit different to the women's. I don't like the fact that they're similar. Like if you look at the NXT's past women's one, it looks totally different to the male roster one. That's just something, me being picky, I would have done a different design, but it's just nice to know that NXT are taking this serious. It's nice to see that they're thinking of signing new people, taking it like it's a third show rather than actually just showing it's a development company. I like the fact that NXT have actually thought about this. Overall, the show, I'd give it a rating of 7 out of 10. I'd say 7 out of 10. I don't think it was amazing. I think it was really good though. It was above average. So I'd say that 7 out of 10 would be really good for the pay-per-view. I think there was a lot of great matches in there. I think the best match for me, in my opinion, was the tag match between Authors of Pain, DIY, and The Revival. I just really liked this match. I think it was knowing that The Revival and DIY were going to be in it, I think they should make the Authors of Pain look really good, as them two always have a great match anyway. So I just thought this match was match of the night on the NXT pay-per-view. I don't say it's match of the week or match of the weekend, should I say. But yeah, overall great pay-per-view. I think Aleister Black looks really good. Tommy End, I just really want to see a lot from him. Also Kasai Ono, I really would like to see a lot more from him. Chris Hero. Overall great pay-per-view, 7 out of 10 I'd say. And going on to WrestleMania 33. WrestleMania, I'd say an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 I think was fair because the match card was all listed wrong. I feel like the order was wrong. When I was watching it, I felt like this match should have been there, that match should have been here. I just felt like the order was wrong. Seeing the Intercontinental title on the pre-show was wrong, in my opinion. Some of the matches were rushed. You put the SmackDown Women's on the main card and you rushed the match. Also, the Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton match seemed rushed. Every other match I thought went pretty well, and I really enjoyed the match card. I thought it was really good. I didn't expect it to be this good, if I was honest with you. I think but it couldn't be worse than the last pay-per-view. The last WrestleMania was absolutely terrible. So well done to WWE for putting off a great WrestleMania. I thought it was really good. I didn't think it was the best WrestleMania. I don't think it was one of the best. I think it was really good in terms of surprises, and some of the matches I thought was really good. So for WrestleMania, I'd say the match of the weekend would be the Raw Tag Teams. I think that match was really good, not just because the Hardy Boys are back. It's great to see them back. I really do like them. I've always liked them as a kid growing up. I always had the Jeff Hardy and the Matt Hardy like pendants and stuff like that. I really did enjoy it. I always used to do the signals, and I just loved the Hardy Boys, but it weren't just because of that. The match in general I thought was really good. It wasn't rushed. I thought it was about the right timing. I also thought every tag team could have won in that match. It felt really important, and I don't think the Raw tag team titles have felt that important for a while. And I just thought the whole thing was entertaining as a fan to sit there and watch Jeff Hardy back going through a ladder. Also seeing Matt put his body on the line at his age, seeing Enzo and Cass go at it with Sheamus and Cesaro, and it was just endless entertainment. It was really good. I'd say that was match of the weekend. Yeah, I'd say an 8 out of 10. I'd say WrestleMania beat NXT just about by 1, but still good for NXT and still good for WrestleMania. I think it was a really good weekend for wrestling. So yeah, going on to Smackdown vs Raw. Smackdown vs Raw, what a great week of wrestling when it comes to Smackdown and Raw just after WrestleMania. Always the best time to watch your wrestling. Now, I'm going to start with Raw and give you the best and the main key points like I always do and give Raw a rating. Now, I'm going to say the best thing on the show was Finn Balor returning on Raw. Now, Finn Balor coming back is a huge part for Raw. It's going to be a massive game changer. You're going to see ratings change now. Finn's back. Before, even when Finn was there, he wasn't used properly. And again, it looks like he's not being used properly. Right, think of the storyline. Seth Rollins injured Finn Balor. Easy as. Then you put him in a match with Seth Rollins versus Owens and Samoa Joe. Come on, WWE. Don't treat it like nothing just happened. Finn was injured on his own. Come on, stop being stupid. This is what annoys me as a fan. Why? Just why? It just doesn't make sense to me, but it was a great match saying that. He got put in the match because Chris Jericho got injured by Kevin Owens and Samoa Joe got powerbombed through a table. Really good. Really good to see. It sounds horrible to Chris Jericho, but it was really good to see. It was nice to introduce Finn Balor back into the roster, basically. Then we go on to the Revival. The Revival were introduced into the tag teams. They went up against the New Day, who opened a challenge because they weren't on WrestleMania. It was really good. The Revival took out everybody and showed why they are the best tag team in WWE, and even stretching maybe to the best tag team in the world, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I think easily these guys are a tag team. You look at them, they know each other so well. They may be filthy, they may be dirty, and they may get cheap wins, but these guys are something special. You look at them and you know, okay, right, this guy's going to get pinned. Then the next one jumps in and takes out the person who's pinning him. They just know where that each other are, and they are absolutely amazing as a tag team. It was nice to see them. You also had the Hardy Boys as well in a match, a rematch for the championship, obviously because the Hardys won at WrestleMania against the Club. It was really good. Two experienced teams going at it, and Hardy Boys showed who are the A team and who are the best team on Raw at the moment when it comes before. That was before the Revival, come on, may I add, because I want to see the Revival versus the Hardys. That's the match I want to see. I'm looking forward to seeing that. One tag team which I'm not too sure on what's going on at the moment, if I'm honest, is Enzo and Cass. They had a rematch, a number one contenders match, against Cesaro and Sheamus to go up against basically the Hardys, I'm guessing, at the next pay-per-view. Cesaro and Sheamus got the win, so it looks like Enzo and Cass are not in the title picture, even though they had a whole interview backstage with the new general manager, Kurt Angle, might I add. Great general manager. Rumours were going around, and that's finally been confirmed by Vince McMahon. Absolutely amazing. And there was a backstage segment of Enzo and Cass talking to Kurt Angle about needing titles around their waist. He put them in a number one contenders match, and they lost it. So at the moment, it's looking a bit iffy for Enzo and Cass in the tag teams on Raw. So, but apart from that, on the show, you also had Emma come back, which was really good for the women's. They put Emma with Nia Jax and Charlotte going against Bayley, Dana, and Sasha Banks. But it was a great match between both teams. Obviously, the face team won with Sasha, Dana, and Bayley. It was nice to see, and also you had a little bust up in the ring with Charlotte and Nia. Emma jumped out of the ring, but seeing Emma back, she looks amazing. She looks like she ain't even got no ring rust. She looked really good, and it was really nice to see her back. So well done to Emma. Well done to Raw, really, for picking these up and bringing them back. It was really good to see Finn and Emma, and also the Revival. You also had two other segments on Raw which were really key, I'd say. You had, let's go with the first actual thing that opened up the show. You had 10 minutes of crowd reaction saying thank you, Taker. Obviously, that is just not enough for The Undertaker. We need to do this every week. So every fan that goes, if you're watching this video and you're going to see Raw or Smackdown, you need to chant thank you, Taker, because this guy's put his body and his life on the line for so long. But then again, after that on Raw, you had 10 minutes of that, then you had Roman Reigns' music hit. Now everyone's booing him out the building. Now I'm one for hating the heel guy. Obviously, it's a new era. You're going to have new people booed that you didn't think would be booed and all that, yeah. But when it comes to swearing at a superstar, I don't agree with it. I really don't. I just personally don't agree with it. Whether you like them or not, there's many superstars I don't like. I don't like Sasha Banks, but I don't tell her to fuck off my television. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think that's very fair. But Roman Reigns done the best thing he could have done. He stood there and acted like a heel. Now, hopefully he's going heel because he looks better as a heel. He stood there saying, "You're in the palm of my hands." And he was laughing, he was smiling. And then not only that, every time he put the microphone to his mouth, everyone was booing him. They didn't want him to speak. In the end, he picked up the microphone and said, "This is my yard now." Throws the microphone down and walks off. That is a great heel promo, and it was probably one of the best promos I've seen in a long, long time. And people keep saying, I've seen a lot of people on YouTube saying they're going to keep rewatching this scene because it's one of the best promos, because the fact that Roman Reigns has got so much heat at the moment because he's just beaten The Undertaker, and obviously he's a Superman guy and all this. But it looks like they're showing him as a heel at the moment, which is really, really good. So that was a key segment. And the other key segment was Braun Strowman came out to Brock Lesnar when Brock Lesnar was showing off the new championship and Paul Heyman was issuing a challenge. He was talking about the names of Seth, he was talking about Matt and Jeff, and he also talked about Roman Reigns. And everyone was chanting Finn Balor, which is something I'm guessing we're going to get. Probably, I don't know if it's going to be a Payback or the next pay-per-view after, but we're going to see that match, Finn versus Brock. I personally want to see Braun Strowman more, but also the main match I want to see is Samoa Joe. I want to see Samoa Joe go at it for that title, because Kevin Owens has already had it. It'd be nice for Samoa Joe to pick up his first belt on the roster, is the main belt against Brock Lesnar. What a win that would be, and what a match. This match would be the best match they could book, in my personal opinion. Really, really good segment. I'd say Raw overall was really, really good this week. I'd say out of 10, I'd say a 9 out of 10. I never say perfect, even I just can't. So 9 out of 10, absolutely amazing show. Honestly, don't think there was one thing wrong with it in terms of booking. The only thing I'd say is a few little niddly bits, in my personal opinion. But at 9 out of 10, amazing show. SmackDown Live had a great show this week. We had Shinsuke Nakamura on the show with the perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. You had so many great chants of both of them. Shinsuke Nakamura came out, done his thing, interrupted The Miz. He obviously don't like The Miz because Miz is one of them characters. Interrupted, done his whole entrance thing, walked off. Apparently had a dark match after the show, which we didn't get to see obviously, but we will see in the coming weeks. Also, Ty Dillinger came out, destroyed Kurt Hawkins. This guy really does get under my skin. He does his perfect job as a heel. It was really good to see Ty Dillinger. You had a rematch for Alexa Bliss against Naomi. Naomi done really, really well in this match. Really impressed me. The one thing I didn't like on WrestleMania weekend is that Natalya hasn't been given a shot. I really enjoyed Natalya being this new heel. I really have enjoyed her, but Naomi's really good. It was made sense, obviously, her winning Orlando. So, apart from that, on this show you had Shane McMahon go over the shakedown for the both rosters, and you had AJ Styles come out, show appreciation, and say SmackDown, he made SmackDown and stuff. It was really, really good. You also had the Usos on Talking Smack talking about where is their shot, why weren't they on WrestleMania. So they're going to be given a shot next week on the show on SmackDown. That's if they're there on SmackDown. It's going to be really, really good to see this shakedown thing. Apart from that, you had Bray Wyatt team up with Eric Rowan, who returned, which was really good to see, against Randy and Luke Harper. It was really, really a shock for me to see Luke Harper and Randy on the same team. Really good match. Randy and Luke pick up the win. Really, really good to see. You had a street fight between Baron Corbin and Dean Ambrose, one of the best matches. Why couldn't they put that on WrestleMania? I know it was on the pre-show, but it would have been great to see. Great match. Baron Corbin ended days unexpectedly, really, because Dean Ambrose had a tight hold on the game, on the match, and it was really, really good. It was really, really good match to see. You had the whole Miz promo. I think they're the main points of the show, really. Shinsuke Nakamura being the main point. I really did enjoy the show, but I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10. I would say an 8 out of 10, because obviously you had the two people coming into the roster. You had a lot of good matches, but it just felt like Raw was better this week because not one thing was wrong, and I felt like SmackDown could have done a lot better. I think they could have done a lot more, but they've done very well. I'm just going to say Raw again beat SmackDown on SmackDown vs Raw. Just a personal feeling of mine on the SmackDown and Raw shakedown. I personally think Enzo and Cass are going to be going over to SmackDown. I personally feel that because they're not getting shown enough on Raw. Seeing that on this past week really opened my eyes, seeing them not get a title challenge. I really do believe that. I also see Sami Zayn go into SmackDown. I also see Miz coming over to Raw. I see Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns being swapped for AJ Styles. They're the things I really see happening. I don't really think of anything else. Women's, I think, will stay very, very similar. I don't think there'll be a lot of changes in women's. But yeah, there could be anything that happens. So that's just my opinions and my views on this Superstar Shakedown. You guys let me know in the comment section below on what you think will happen. And that is it, guys. That is my number 2 episode of Smackdown vs Raw. Raw wins again this week. Just feels like Raw on a continuous roll in the last few weeks. But that is it, guys. The links in the description box below. Don't forget to check them out. And also links to my social media if you want to help me out on there. If you really did enjoy the video, like I hope you did, give it a massive thumbs up. It helps me out and lets me know I'm doing a really good job. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel for a lot more content, which I'm going to be bringing you out in the following months. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And don't forget, guys, this is pure wrestling. See you in the next video, guys.